Hello, I'm here with my Auntie Molly and we're at the Spit in Campbell River and the sun has just come out for the first time. It's been snowing and raining for the past few weeks, so it's a beautiful, perfect night to do this. So my Auntie Molly is number 9.
Number 9, yeah.
Number 9 of mom siblings. She does so much for the family, and I think a good word I found was she's kind of like the nucleolus. She's involved in a lot, and she's always helping people out. You know, if you message Auntie Molly, you'll get a reply, and she's always there to help. She's such an awesome, I'm so happy to be able to call her my auntie. So, Auntie Molly, what does it mean to you to be a woman?
I think since you asked asked me to do this, I was, what in the world does it mean to me? Because when I was old enough to work, in those days, I did a man's job. I was out in the woods, and which it didn't. At the time, it was just the job I did.
Yeah.
And then telling it now, I was a logger. I ran skidder, yarder, worked on the boom.
Yeah.
But I was a woman doing that. There was no differentiating that when we worked with Pa.
Yeah.
We did what we needed to do.
Yeah.
That was what he taught me anyway. You do what you need to do. If you see something that needs to be done, don't wait till you're asked to do it.
Yeah.
You do what you see needs to be done.
Yeah.
That's the first thing that I knew I had, that was the lesson he was teaching me. And as the years went along, it was like he was grooming me to do what I do today. Whether, I really didn't differentiate, a son or a daughter. It was just a job that I fitted into. And for me, being a woman was when my 2 kids were born. That was the best thing I think I could have done in my whole life. That was, and they were my blessing. They were my miracle. I didn't have Nolan until I was 30 years old. And that's old for. I was having Nolan when
everybody has them when earlier. Yeah.
I felt really old because there was really young girls, seemed girls to me, having their babies at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that was the most blessed and miracle for me to be a woman, is to do that. Yeah. After working, in the field I was working in, after all, working as a logger and.
Yeah. I find that such an interesting view, that you fit so just seamlessly into a male world. And that's what you're saying, it was just, there was no difference. It was a male job, it was physical, it was labor, but it was just life.
Yeah. I think that's what Pa made sure that I didn't feel that difference. He looking back, I grew up with Pa. I grew up with my dad, and I was out in the woods more often than not. I don't know. Well, of course, a lot of that taught me to do everything I do today. You know, organize. Some people say I'm controlling, but you know, I need it to be organized in order for.
That's the way things get done.
Yeah.
Somebody has to do it.
Mm-hmm. And to me, that's making sure it's organized. You know,
Yeah.
not just all.
Mm-hmm.
At the spur of the moment. I need to have it organized.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's called.
Yeah, organization. Yeah, that's such a great lesson, or I guess a gift, or that Paul gave you.
Mm-hmm.
I find that so. I found that so interesting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think I would change anything in my life. You know, looking back, I know if I could, I would have spent more time with my kids when they were, you know, in elementary. All the Christmas concerts, all the.
Yeah.
I didn't get to go because I was working.
You were busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, you know, we talked about, Nolan, Amy, and I talked about that all the time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And, you know, they understood.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Yeah.
When you look at other women, what inspires you?
Is their strength. My mom and her strength, she had a quiet strength. Like, you know, she it seemed like she had endless patience.
Yeah.
But once you hit her end, you know,
I couldn't even imagine.
there's only a couple of incidents, you know, with all us kids where I've seen her hit her the end of her patience.
Yeah.
It wasn't never with me,
Of course not.
but she did. It was scary to see the strength she had. But you know, all the years, you know, we knew her strength was there.
You just knew.
Yeah.
You didn't have to see it. You just knew it was there.
Yeah. And we knew that, you know, don't go too far with Mom, or else you'll see the end of her patience.
Wow.
And that's, you know, she had 10 of us, so you know that she grew really strong in her patience.
Yeah.
And another strength, which is a silent strength, I think anyway, is my sister Gloria. She after Stan passed, I saw how much strength she had to go through that, which is, you know, she had such strength. And then to look after her 2 kids by herself. Well, she had, you know, all of us to help her, but, you know, 3 of them go home, and she had her silent strength. She looked after them. That's where I really admire her for that. And, well, I choose your mom as well. She had her strength to follow your dad all the way to Alberta. You know, where this was the limit that we've ever gone was like Campbell River. We lived here. Well, Courtney, we lived there for a bit, but your mom went, you know, to a totally, completely strange place and made a life, you know, for all of you.
Yeah.
And you know, that to me is strength as well, to embrace such change and work with it. Yeah. And all my sisters, they seem to have silent strength. You know, it maybe because I'm just the one that speaks out more. You know, and but you know, Alice with her, you know, her big family.
Yeah.
It seems like she's holding them all together. Yeah. You know, and Gus is doing all this.
Yeah.
And she's the calm to hold them together, I think.
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, it's just women's strength that I admire.
Yeah.
You know, and just sitting back from my point of view, you know, where most of my life working with Pa, right from, when did I start? Like, I was only in grade 6, you know, starting working for him in, you know, in the summer months.
Yeah.
And just right through my whole life. And standing beside him to see, you know, all of these women in his life, how strong they were. I think that's Ma as his wife, the strength behind him and all of his daughters, how strong they were, you know, in their own different ways.
Yeah,
which
it's
made
a motivator.
Yeah, he knew he could count on. He just had to make a phone call, and they'd all be there. And he did that a few times. Even your mom, all the way in Alberta. Sometimes she couldn't make it over here, and you know, but she'd be here.
Yeah.
She wasn't here, but she was here. You know,
Yeah.
it was.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's, and of course, you know, the strength of grandmother. It's, you know, she was a big, huge, loud strength.
Yeah, which we've all heard about, the strength of grandmother.
Yeah.
She's a legend.
Yeah. And then on the other side is the quiet strength again of Ma's mom, Grandma. You know, she had a large family, and she was their nucleus as well, you know. And I think we draw from all of that.
The women. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Which is big that you've been talking, is family. Like, it's the women are the web between all, you know, the
Yeah,
family.
yeah.
It keeps everything together.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's all I could think of is the strength that every woman has, and they just have to.
And it's different. Each one brings something
yeah,
different.
they just need, each one just needs to find their strength and grow it.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you for asking me to do this.
So we all have to find our strength and help each other find our strength. It sounds like a pretty easy thing to do, right? If we can help each other, right?
Yes, definitely.
Right? That's it. Okay, thank you. Okay, bye.